In this video, I'll share the roadmap I wish someone gave me when I started DSA. I'll be sharing exactly how to start DSA, how to not waste time, what mistakes to avoid, and how to go from being stuck to becoming a pro. This isn't just another random video. Most people usually never show interest in watching these kind of videos, but if you watch this video, I guarantee you that you'll be saving 2 years of your preparation. First things first, to whom this video is, why you should listen to me, and how you should do it. First things first, to whom this video is, and why you should listen to me, and how exactly you should prepare, and how exactly you're going to do it. So, who should watch this video? To whom this video is related to, and if you're just going to enter college and don't know what to do and how to prepare for placements, then this video is for you. And it's also for the people who did not start DSA preparation till now. It's for the people who already started but can't able to solve problems and they do not have any proper structure. And the most important thing, if you're not obsessed with DSA. So next thing, why you should watch this video? Why you should actually listen to me? Like, who am I? So before going to deal with that, I'm going to tell you something. We should never learn from our mistakes. We should learn from others' mistakes. If you keep doing mistakes and you think you will learn from your mistake, then you'll be doing mistakes your life long. So be smart. You should learn from others' mistakes and make sure you don't do that and be ahead of them. Right? So this is the mindset I followed, and I also prefer you to follow this mindset. So coming to the reason why you should listen to me, I have solved over 400 plus problems on LeetCode, and I'm going to share you all the mistakes I have done, how I would start my DSA preparation if I have to start now. So all the mistakes that I have done so that you don't commit them, that means you are being smart. And this is the exact way how I would do if I could restart my preparation again. So what we'll be discussing here, I'll give you a roadmap, exact roadmap, and I'll tell you how to solve, how to learn, and how to practice. So if you are willing to do hard work and practice consistently for 1 year, then no one is going to stop you from becoming a pro at DSA. Trust me, if you follow what are the things I'm saying, what are the things I tell you to do, then you will become a pro at it. I have solved over 400 plus problems on LeetCode, and I have enough experience to tell or assist someone how to do it. So you can trust me. I will give you the one biggest reason why you should listen to me. Like, it takes a lot of time to figure out what to do, how to do, and what are the resources that you should follow, and what are the exact steps that you need to follow so that you can save your time and energy. I bet you will save your time and energy, and I will make you a pro within 1 year of time, within your first year. The next point, how you're going to do it. So you have figured out who you are, why you should listen to me, like what's your position, whether you have entered the college or stuck in between the preparation and don't have proper structure. To know that, you just watch the video till the end. One thing I want to specify is, never do DSA for the sake of placements. You need to have that obsession with the problem solving. You need to get addicted to this problem solving, being able to solve any question, being confident. To be confident in the placements, you have to get obsessed with DSA. What actually is this DSA, and why you should actually learn this and focus on this? Why everyone is saying you need to be good at DSA? It's like your mains and advanced exam while you are in your intermediate. You write these exams to get into better IIT, but you'll always be wondering where the fuck I'm using these concepts and all these things. At least most of the concepts. You'll never be using them in your day-to-day life, but why the fuck you're learning this for your 2 years and why you're supposed to grind it on all of them? These exams, the topics, the concepts, everything will make you and understand how to solve problems. You'll just basically building the logical thinking and problem solving skills. The main reason is not about these concepts or all these topics which are there in this curriculum. It's about your problem solving skills. They want to test your problem solving skills at the end of the day, and based on that, you'll get into IIT. Even it's the same thing here. There should be some or the other way for the selection strategy, right? So this is how DSA works here. Like how mains and advanced is required for an IIT, DSA is required for placements. Now you have clarity of what it is. Like all the things which you follow in this preparation strategy, that should be followed in this too. The level of thinking, the level of pattern of questions, the new concepts, everything will be followed in this too. You don't have any other way. You have to get good at this. That's the reason I said you should get obsessed with this. Only then you will be able to crack the placements, all these things, and you will be able to solve any question that comes to you. So this is the exact thing that I'm going to tell you, like how you're going to be the one who can solve any question that comes to you. Here are the things that I will be discussing in this video. What is the exact roadmap that I would follow if I start now? How to start LeetCode, how to make notes, how to revise, and everything. I'll be covering everything in this video. Just be with me and trust me. I'll be sharing all the resources, everything that is required. You don't have to waste time in searching for the resources and which language to choose, which videos to follow, which YouTube channels, all the things. I have included everything. Just follow whatever the things that I say. Whenever someone wants to learn something, it takes a lot of time to find the best resources and lectures of that particular thing. I have done that for you. It actually took me a lot of time to understand whose lectures are good for me, whose explanation is similar to my understanding. I hope whatever the resources I have given, this will be up to the mark. So let's start with the roadmap. What exactly the roadmap is. So first things first, you have to be very good at basics. Be it anything. Either it could be web development, DSA, or any skill that you learn. You have to be very good at basics so that you can be a pro at it. This is the playlist that I have followed for the basics even before I entered college. You have 12 videos covering all the basic concepts. Trust me, no one has explained basics better than this. Even if you don't know anything, this playlist teaches you everything from scratch. You just have to be consistent and follow all the videos and practice daily. For the basics, you can take up to 1 month. For completing this playlist, for covering all the basics, you can take at most 1 month if you do it consistently, but don't get hurry. If you don't understand some concepts, take time, understand them well. Try to use ChatGPT, different other resources to make that understand. I hope you don't need all those things because everything will be covered in detail in this playlist. This playlist will be like a series. Whenever you watch a series, right, you just get addicted to it and you want to complete it. This playlist will make you get that feeling. Because if this is the first time that you are starting coding, all these things, right? You'll be very interested in completing these videos. And also try to solve all the homework problems that will be given in the lectures. Only then you'll get used to it. Otherwise you won't. I'm stressing again and again on this. Be very clear with the concepts. If you don't understand, watch it again. Take time. Become perfect with the basics. Don't just watch the videos. Try to code them simultaneously. If possible, try to code it on your own. First try everything on your own. Then figure out why you are unable to solve it. Only then you will be able to remember what's the concept that you are missing on. Only this way you can get better at this. If you're just beginner, it will take 1 month, and if you're a slow learner, then it depends on how agile you are. So take your time, be very clear with the basics. This playlist is in C language, and most of the college, everywhere you have a C language in your first year. So it will be helpful for you in both the ways, in your academics and in your placement preparation. And trust me, this will be the easiest way to start your coding journey. Now you have done with the basics, you have to deal with the data structures now. Learn data structures. What are the different data structures that are present? Linked list, tags, queues, set, map. What are the different algorithms? Binary search, sliding window, time complexities, space complexities of each and every problem. These are the most important thing that you have to master. That is mandatory to master. So here we have another playlist. This playlist is in C++ language, and you have already done basics in the C language, and it will be very easy for you to shift from C to C++. And I prefer doing DSA in C++ because doing DSA in C++ will give you the exact understanding of how something works, like what is the exact mechanism of how something is working. If you want, you can also do it in Java. At the end, language doesn't matter at the end. It's about logical and problem solving skills. Also, one thing, once you are good at one language, you can easily shift to any language that you want. Either you can do it in Java, Python, anything. It's just a syntax difference, that's it. The whole logic and the idea, all the concepts, everything will be same. So here you have 68 videos, and it covers all the data structures, basic data structures. It will be it will be like a basic introduction for your data structures. You learn about linked lists, what are stacks, and what are the functionalities, how you can use them, how you can inculcate them in different problems, what are the time complexities, space complexities, implementation of this. By the end of this playlist, you will get a full-on clarity on DSA. It's like, so when you are starting, think like you're at 0%. So by the end of this playlist, you will be at 60%. You'll know most of the things. You'll know what to do, how to do, how you should prepare for the next 40% for becoming a pro. And one thing, what are the things that I have said in basics? Follow them. Try to solve questions on your own first, then see the solutions. So it just takes time. You can take around 2 months for this. And one thing, you have to be very consistent with this, otherwise you will forget everything. As you are in the starting stage, right? If you stop doing it for like 1 week, 2 weeks, then you will forget most of the concepts. Again, you have to start from the scratch. Again, you have to start from the basics. You have to revise all of them, everything. You will just lose that grip of solving questions and all these things, concepts, everything. So in the beginning, try to be consistent no matter what. If you don't have time, at least try to give 1 hour for this daily. And if you have time, it's up to you. Usually it's better if you give 3 to 4 hours daily on this. So by the end of this playlist, you'll have clarity on most of the concepts and you are now ready to solve different problems on your own. Most of the people are confused with when to solve problems on LeetCode, when to start LeetCode, and all those things. When should someone start solving problems on their own? For this, I prefer starting LeetCode after completing the introduction to data structures. If you're done till here and if you start LeetCode, then there will be no problem for you. Otherwise you'll face a lot of problems in the beginning. Like most of the questions are not related to one particular concept, and you need different concepts, different topics merged in the one question. You can find questions which are dealing with only one particular topic, but I prefer doing all these concepts so that you will have more clarity on what you're doing. So now you have done basics and you have learned about data structures, what are the different data structures that you have. So now it's time for you to start LeetCode. So watch this video to know how to use LeetCode effectively. Like you don't know what are the things that are there in that platform, right? So LeetCode has the best UI for coding and it is very easy to interact and everything. So I prefer you to start LeetCode, how to choose different questions, how to solve. You just go through this video and you will be very much clear with this. Once you're done with the basics and data structures, watch this video and start solving questions. It takes time. It's like mains and advanced questions. When you first started to solve mains advanced questions, I hope most of the people are unable to solve them, right? So that's the same thing here. It takes time. You have to analyze how to solve problems, how to think, the way of thinking, the mindset shift, everything. You have to understand, and it takes time and it's completely okay. Never bother about that at the starting stage. So first thing you have to do is solve 50 to 60 easy problems based on all the things that you have learned till now. The topics like arrays, strings, and data structures that you have learned and all the basics. Try to solve 50 to 60 easy problems so that you will get used to that platform, how it works, everything. So if you do this, you will be knowing everything about LeetCode and it will give you a start to take your journey to the next step, solving advanced topics, advanced questions. Try to solve 50 to 60 questions at the starting. It will be more than enough. Then you can go with medium and hard problems then. You can choose topic-wise questions. There will be a lot of features available in the platform. Solve questions and try to give contests. You'll have contests every second Saturday and Sunday. So what is this contest? So basically you'll be given 4 questions with time limit. So you are supposed to solve these 4 questions in this time-bound manner. Based on this, you'll be having rating, ranking, so that you can mention those things in your resume while you are preparing for placements and interviews. In the starting stage, you'll not be able to solve even 1 question. Even I face the same, but with time, you have to practice and you have to get to 1 question, 2 questions, then you have to solve 4 questions. Even if you are unable to solve them, try solving them after contest. Take your time, spend a day on 1 question. Only then you'll figure out how to do all these things, as you have a lot of time in your first year. Now you have done basics, you have learned about data structures, and you also started LeetCode, right? Now it's time for you to learn about advanced topics and advanced data structures. You have to solve LeetCode daily, and along with that you have to complete these lectures. Advanced topics from OOPS. All this we have this playlist. You have 149 videos here. So the first video is still OOPS. These videos will be like a revision kind of thing for you, and you'll have some extra topics that will be included that you have missed in the previous two playlists. So you'll be covering all those things in there, and you will be very good enough to learn advanced topics. I'll give you all the links of the resources in the description. Just check out there. So this playlist, it might take almost 2 to 3 months to perfectly do it. If you consistently do it every day, like 4 to 5 hours, then you'll be able to complete it in 2 months itself. But one thing, don't chase problem count. Try to understand the depth of the concept, how someone is approaching them. You have to analyze all these things when you're listening to these lectures. So in this video, you will have some concepts plus some standard problems. And these concepts and standard problems are very, very important. And I hope you understand them. So once you have reached this stage, you'll be practicing questions on LeetCode, and you'll be giving contests and parallelly completing these lectures. So try to be consistent, and once you're done with this, go to this playlist. Most of people already might know this person, Striver. So here you have 316 videos, and it will be covering all the topics, all the pattern of questions, everything. So if you are unaware about this, like this is Striver's A to Z DSA sheet. He's a person from Tier 2, Tier 3 college, and he made it into some of the big tech companies. And he has given the exact sheet, like how did he prepare, what are the different patterns he observed in the questions, everything. He have covered everything in this playlist. Just go through this. By the time you come here, you'll be completing your first semester, and this is the exact time where you have to grind the DSA. Like now you will be knowing all the topics, all the concepts, everything, whatever the required thing. Now your aim is to solve problems as much as you can and practice consistently. No matter what, try to solve at least 5 to 10 problems every single day. Only then you will become a pro at it. There will be a lot of other things you feel like, oh, I didn't even know this. It's okay in the first place, but so you'll understand everything while you're doing it. And by the time you come here, you'll have very much understanding of what you have to do, what you are good at, everything. You will figure out yourself. I guarantee you, you will figure out yourself, whatever that thing. Try to be consistent and try to complete all these things. So don't directly jump into these questions. Just find the problem number and try to solve the questions in LeetCode. Spend time, 1 hour, 2 hours. In the initial stage, it's okay to spend time. Train your brain, fix your mindset, everything. You have to try to develop this skill of thinking in different ways. What if some approaches fail? You get some different approaches. You'll be able to pass only some test cases. So whenever you watch these videos, right, you feel like you have got everything. But what I prefer you to do is just watch the video and close it and try to explain it to yourself from scratch, like what is the data structure involved, everything. Only then you will be able to answer it in the interview. Even if you have got the problem, try run every single thing, try run every single line of code, because I myself have done this mistake and now I face a lot of problems now. You should have the clear understanding of how it works, and if it works, why it is working. You have to be clear with all the things. By the end of this thing, you will be ready for the placements. By the time you complete this, you'll be good to give interviews in different companies. You can apply for internships by the end of your first year. If you're just good at this. Once you're done with this, you have to master each and every topic. What are the different types of questions that will be asked in that particular topic? What are the different patterns? You have to note down all these patterns every time for each topic so that you can revise them when you're ahead of your placements. This is very, very important because when you are gone into an interview, when interviewer has given you a question, you should be first capable of understanding the question and putting into one of the buckets that you know. Only then you will figure out how to do the question. If you don't know which bucket that question falls into, You'll not have proper steps to solve that question. You'll not have the proper intuition for that question if you don't know which bucket that question falls into. So you have to remember all these patterns. It doesn't mean you have to remember, but that if you solve more and more problems, then you'll automatically recall them whenever you want. So whenever you find a question, you have to first figure out which bucket that question falls into, so that you can go with the other next steps and solve the problem. Once you're done with this, you will be ready to apply for internships. So now, if you have done everything all the things that I have said till now, then I bet you can get an internship by the end of your first year. So if you have followed all the things which I have said till now and practiced it consistently, then you can get an internship by the end of your first year. So once you're done with this, just watch this podcast of mine where I have asked everything that you need to know about how you should prepare for interviews, what are things, everything. I have covered everything. Just watch this podcast in 2x. Save your time. Once you watch this podcast and done all those things, you'll know everything that a person should know to get a placement and also give an interview and also get an internship. So that's how powerful it is. The consistency and the hard work that you have done, everything gets pays off by the end of your first year if you have done everything correctly. So whatever the things that you have done till now will be more than sufficient. But if you want to become a pro, and if you want to tackle any question that comes to you in an interview and have that confidence of, you just give me whatever the question, I will be able to solve. If you want to have this kind of confidence, then you have to practice more. DSA is like an ocean. No matter how much depth you dive, you still have a lot of things to cover. So that's where this channel comes. So as I should say, this is one of the most underrated channel that for DSA. Here you will be having topic-wise playlist and 1.3k solved problems in detail. So think of yourself how good you will be at DSA once you complete all these things. So what are the advantages of this thing? Like, why I'm stressing about this channel? What is more special about this channel? Like, in this channel you will have topic-wise playlists and every daily question will be solved in this channel, no matter what. You'll have the daily question in this channel solved every day. Even you can miss one day, but he doesn't miss even for a single day. Hats off to his dedication. Try solving daily questions along with the other questions as well. So now it's time for you to become pro at each topic. Pick a topic and take 2 to 3 weeks for each topic. Master that topic. Like, you should be like, whenever a question comes which belongs to this topic, then you should be able to solve them. So in this channel you'll have some 50 to 60 problems on each topic that are asked in big tech companies. So choose a topic for each week and master it. That's what you are going to do. So if you do this consistently as you have done in your first year, so by the end of your second year you will be a pro at DSA. You have to be consistent for the next 1 year. How to grind all these things, all the topics, everything. Once you have jumped into this race, right, you don't even have to push yourself. You yourself will be interested in solving problems and all these things. So that's how you'll become a pro at DSA. Now, coming to what are the mistakes that I've done. So I myself had never maintained a notes about anything, be it academics, be it anything. I never had a habit of maintaining notes, but for this, you should maintain notes. It doesn't mean that you have to note down each and every code on your notes. It's just which are the problem that you are unable to solve, which are the concept that seems unfamiliar to you. And also, whenever a problem comes, you'll be trying it, right? You'll be trying it first. So even if you're unable to solve them, you have to note it down. What is the intuition? What is the concept that I have missed? Why am I unable to solve this problem in spite of knowing all the concepts? Is there any problem with the concept that you have learned? So go and revise them. Or you just missed some logic. You have to note down all those things. One thing, the most important thing is be honest with your preparation. It's not just you're completing all the playlists, you're just watching them blindly, anything. Or you just pretending that you are understanding everything. Then that's going to create a lot of problem at the end. You have to be honest with your preparation, what you're learning. Even if you doesn't matter even if you take time, but be honest with your preparation. When you don't get a problem, question yourself, why am I unable to solve this problem? What am I missing on? So that's the key here. Doesn't matter even if you have completed some, even if you have solved some 1,000 problems, 2,000 problems, or solved all this, watched all these lectures, doesn't matter. Are you honest with your preparation or not? That's the only thing that matters. And one other mistake that I have done is I never used to revise all the things and never had a habit of doing revision, but you should not be doing that. You have to revise everything weekly. Every week, what are the concepts that you have learned, your notes, the new concepts, the new lectures, everything. You have to revise all those things, the questions you have done, everything. And also, while you're solving problems, right, don't code it if you have seen the solution. So whenever you are trying to solve a problem, if you don't get that problem, of course you'll see that solution, right? But what I have done is, whenever I see the solution, I don't actually know how that intuition has come. But after seeing the solution, you pretend that you have, okay, this is the thing that I have missed, and you will be able to code it once you have seen that solution. But that's the mistake most people do. You should not solve that problem if you have seen that solution. So have some weekly targets and where you'll revise and you'll solve those attempted questions. What are the questions that you have seen the solutions, right? You'll be solving all of them every week. This is a thing that you should not ignore. You have to revise, you have to complete all the attempted questions. Only then you are going to make it. Otherwise, whatever the things you have done till now will be a waste of time. Because in the interview, he doesn't ask you all these questions. He just asks you 1 or 2 questions that decides your future. So have some patience and try to do these things. Because I'm being very clear, you are going to face problem if you are not doing this. And now coming to what if you are unable to solve a problem? What to do? What you are supposed to do when you are unable to solve a problem? If it is an easy problem, try to spend 5 to 10 minutes on this problem. And if it is a medium question, then try to spend 30 minutes. Even after 30 minutes, you have that confidence that I can solve this problem, then you can take your time. But spend it 30 minutes for a medium problem and 1 hour for a hard problem. You have to build this habit of solving questions in time-bound manner. Only then you are going to make it. So take 5 to 10 minutes for easy and 30 minutes for medium and 1 hour for hard problem. So now coming to what if you are unable to solve problem. So whenever you first approach a problem, try to see the constraints first. What are the expected time complexity and space complexity? What are the algorithms? What are the concepts that you can use to solve that problem? So first, try to solve brute force of the question. Brute force is that's the worst possible way that you can solve the question. Try to solve brute force. Don't directly jump into the optimal solution. Even in the interview, you have to do the same thing. You have to first try to go with the brute force, then you have to analyze whether it is exceeding a time complexity or space complexity. Then you have to figure out why I'm using this particular concept to optimize time and space complexity. Even while solving a brute force, if you are unable to solve them, then try run the test case. Like try to solve 2 to test cases, all the test cases that are there. Why it is failing? Like dry run is nothing but whatever the mission does in code, you have to do it in paper. That is about dry run. You have to try the test cases. You'll be eventually figuring out why it has failed and what is the concept that is missing here. Always build a habit of seeing the constraints first. Don't directly jump into the question. I guarantee you that if you solve 3 to 5 test cases yourself, you will be able to solve most of the problems. I guarantee you that. I have observed and I have solved most of the problems just by solving the test cases and figuring out what are the patterns and how the solution is achieved. You will be able to solve in most of the cases, but what if even if you are unable to solve them, then you have to change your approach of thinking. Like you have to read the question again. Like what is the question is asking? What is the goal of the question? What I am supposed to do? What all the things that I have to solve this problem? You have to question yourself all these things if you are unable to solve it. Try to apply all the concepts that you know. Like what are the concepts? What if the question is there? It will be solved with the concept that you have learned, right? Ignore the question that use different concept, but whatever the question it might be, it will be based on the concept you learned, right? Then you should be able to solve them. Try until you get that, until you figure out something, or even if you do mistakes, it's okay. Just try. That's it. Try all the concepts. Note down all the concepts. What are the concepts? Try with every single concept that you know, and see how you can apply them and to achieve the solution. Even then, if you are not unable to solve them, then in LeetCode you will have that topic section where the topic of the particular question will be mentioned. So at first you don't know which topic to apply, right? Which concept to use, which data structure to use. So by seeing this, you'll get the clarity of, okay, so which data structure to apply to solve this question. So if you're gone wrong with the topic selection, then you see the topic first, then try it again, then try again. Then even then, if you are unable to solve, then you're going to see the hints. You'll have 2-3 hints for each problem. So don't just see all the hints at a time. First see the hint one and try to solve it again. Try to figure it out different ways. You just struggle with the question. You'll learn only when you struggle with the question. And if you struggle with the question, right, you'll never forget in your future. You'll never forget in your lifetime. That's the core of doing all these things. So once you have seen a hint, try to solve it. Even if you are unable to solve, try to see other hints, solve them. I think most of the problems, 60 to 70% of the problems will be solved if you do all these things perfectly. And the rest 30% problems, if you are unable to solve them, then there will be some different concept that is involved in it, or you don't know that concept. That's it. You have to learn them and you have to note on them. What you are supposed to do, don't just see the code. First watch a solution video of the resources that I have given, either of them or any video, any solution video. Don't choose the videos which explain in the less time. Choose videos which explain in longer duration of time, so that you will have deeper understanding of what it is. So choose the videos, whatever the problem it might be. You just type it in the YouTube, the problem number with LeetCode tag, then you'll be able to find the solution to that. While you are watching the solution, right, even then try to solve it on your own. If you think that in the first 3 seconds or in the first 1 minute of the video he has given you the intuition or the idea, then try to solve it on your own. Trust me, this is going to help you a lot. Just struggle. You're struggling with the question is what you need to do. Then try to solve it. Try to code it yourself. Never depend on someone so that I will see the code, I will copy the code. Never do these things. Try to solve, code it yourself 90% of the time. Never depend or never ignore that I will see the solution, I will see the code. Anyhow, I have seen the solution, right? I'll see the code also, but never do these mistakes. After watching the solution, don't code it. Don't solve the question, because you will be able to solve it once you have seen the solution. But if you get a same problem after 2 weeks or 1 month, then you will not be able to solve it. I myself have gone into this situation. Whenever I'm unable to solve a question, right, I used to do the same, but I used to watch the whole video. I never tried myself, but now I'm not doing that mistake, and I don't want you to do that mistake. Never. I used to code it, like whenever I used to see the solution, I used to code it after that. But this is the mistake that you should not do, because when I came to the same question after 1 week or 1 month, I was unable to solve it again. I need to see the solution again. So this is the thing, because you do not understand the actual intuition, why you have got that approach, why you are unable to solve it. It's only when you know how it works, why it is working, why it is only working, why we can't use other topics, everything. When you figure it out, when you struggle with the question, with all these questions, only then you will have a deeper understanding of every little thing. So when you are supposed to solve this question, so try to have weekly targets. I have already given you. Revise all the topics, your notes you have made, and complete all the attempted questions. You should not ignore these attempted questions and try to solve them. Even after that you are unable to solve it, then there is something wrong with your preparation, or something you are just ignoring, or you are pretending that you are understanding everything. That's the thing that you should have to take care of, and repeat the thing. Repeat all these things. Repetition, consistency, and practices. These are the key things that will help you to become a pro at DSA. You still have a doubt of why you should trust me, whether you should follow, is it a right thing or not. You can see me, I have solved over 400 questions here, and I, at the starting stage, right, I used to be very consistent. Like during August, September, October, I used to code it every single day. Even at least one problem, I used to code it every single day. But no matter what, ignore this, all this academic semesters, exams, everything. That doesn't give you anything. Oh, it only gives you GPA, but it never gives you anything. So try to be consistent at this, even if you ignore that. Like, you don't have to get full marks on each subject, right? Just if you get 80 to 90%, it's enough. It's more than enough, and there is no reason to study a whole day and get 100 out of 100. You just ignore that. You can leave it and shift that time to prepare for this. One thing I'm always mentioning is be consistent, because till December I have done everything consistently, but once after that I have ignored everything. I did not practice, and I left it. I was doing some other things. I was learning some other web development thing, all these things. But when I again came here, right, I had to face a lot of problems again. Like most of the things are already good because I have solved more than 300 problems till December. So if you are not consistent, it will again take you a lot of time to revise all these things. You have to get into the momentum, all these things, right? If you lose the momentum, you have to gain it again from zero. You have to learn and you have to revise everything from scratch. So that's the reason I'm telling you, be consistent and never ignore it. Consistency is the key, and otherwise it won't be easy, trust me. And even after doing all these things, let's think you have done some mistakes or you are not honest with your preparation, everything. Even then you have a lot of time. You can practice more, you can understand what are the things that you have, what are the mistakes that you have done. Try to make sure you don't do them. See you in the next one.